Stop scrolling. People keep sending me these photos asking me if it's Leviathan and asking me if I could cover this. This is something that's going extremely viral all over social media. You have some people saying this is Leviathan, I believe, talking about that it was found on Google Earth and that it's been moving. Some people are saying that it has wings and that the government froze it. As I say with everything, let's go to the Bible. Leviathan is mentioned in different places. The most detailed place is in Job chapter 41, where God, he's speaking to Job and he says, can you catch Leviathan with a hook or put a noose around its jaw? Can you tie it with a rope through its nose or pierce its jaw with a spike? Will it beg you for mercy or implore you for pity? Will it agree to work for you, to be your slave for life? Can you make it a pet? God says that it's useless to try to capture it. The hunter who attempts it will be knocked down. I want you to remember that. God says that nobody dares to disturb it. He then goes on to emphasize Leviathan's limbs. Enormous strength, terrible teeth. The scales on its back are like rows of shields, tightly sealed together. When it sneezes, it flashes light. Fire comes out of its mouth. It's a literal sea dragon. Smoke comes from its nostrils. Its neck is strong. Its flesh is hard and firm and cannot be penetrated. When it rises, the mighty are afraid, gripped by terror. I want you to notice this. No sword can stop it. No spear, dart, or javelin. Iron is nothing but straw to that creature. Arrows cannot make it flee. Now understand verse 31. Leviathan makes water boil with its commotion. It stirs the depth like pots of ointment. There's no other creature like it. Leviathan does not dwell on the surface of the water. When you read these passages, you see that he's in the deep waters. The Hebrew word that's used here is metzolah. It means a deep place of water or mud, bottom, deep, depth. And it has linked to sulah, which means an abyss of the sea. So the Lord's essentially saying that Leviathan causes chaos in the sea. Leviathan is also mentioned a few other places in scripture. In Psalm 74:14, where it says, you crush the heads of Leviathan and let the desert animals eat him. This specific passage wasn't about literal Leviathan, but it's believed by scholars Pharaoh. In the future, during the time of the tribulation, God himself judges Leviathan. Which brings me back to this. People said that this had wings. Leviathan's not listed with wings. He's a sea dragon, a sea serpent. People had said that that was an eye. Well, I zeroed in on it. It's islands. Now that does look like a serpent. It's a tectonic plate boundary. This is what is called the Scotia Plate. It's formed by plate tectonics. And people say that it moves, but Google Maps updates, sometimes shows different lighting and depths of imagery. They said that the government froze it. That's not possible. You just saw what God said in scripture. If that was Leviathan, he's the only one that could get at it. The government's not that powerful. Plus, it's been in the same place for years. Leviathan's real, but that's not Leviathan. And of course, as mentioned in the video, I don't believe that's Leviathan that you see. I do believe, and I want to reaffirm this, that Leviathan is real. And I do believe that Leviathan is there. And I do believe that Leviathan does breathe a certain type of fire. As God says, flames can go out. Yes, even being a water creature. Interestingly enough, John said, I saw a beast rising out of the sea having 7 heads and 10 horns. Now, of course, that represents the Antichrist's kingdom, which is a dimension of the spirit of Leviathan. It's not Leviathan himself, but this is in the area of the Mediterranean.